Hal here with, well, Dark and Light. Yes, I have been sucked into the game. Oh, I know, I'd been talking about it. So, for those who don't know what's going on, I've actually done a couple of live streams now. I did one showing basically the start of this character. Got the, I think we were trying to get to level 20. We were like around level 15 or so when I did that live stream. And then we did a second live stream from the multiplayer server that I'm taking part of with Wolf and the Wolves gaming community. Links I think I will have down in the description below. So what we've done is we've gotten some things going. Once we hit level 20, we upgraded all of our original structure, which was basically the thatch, if you're familiar with Ark. Done by the same development team, well, the same development company. I think they're an independent team within the company that is focused on this game while they have Ark being developed in tandem. So you'll see a lot of similarity between things like the character models, some of the systems, and even some of the map designs. Just to, you know what, I don't have map. I thought let's see here. Let's check that really quick. I could swear that I had set map. Where's my map? Assigned. There we go. Let's try that again. Interesting. So yeah, it means I have to cast the spell in order to get the map. Okay. We'll deal with that later. Oh, so just want to show you some of the things that we've got going on here. There has been a great deal of technological advancement going on. So we now have larger chests, which are nice. We have our working windows, we have our forge, we have our workstation, and we have our magic workbench. Now, I have been playing a lot more than I probably should. So we've actually gotten quite a bit done. Now, for those who have familiarity with Ark, you will understand what I'm about to say. Basically, this takes some of the better parts of Ark and takes a lot of the things that people didn't necessarily like, specifically the way that the grind system is set up, and has made it a bit more grindy. So in Ark, and you're going to hear a lot of people comparing this game to Ark probably on and off for the next couple of months until it grows into its own thing. I do think that with the systems that are in place, eventually you will hear people start saying, well, in Dark and Light, when they're talking about Ark. Oh, so we do have the farm system, just like you do in the other game. Works pretty much the same way. You put a seed in, you add fertilizer, you give it time, and it eventually grows into something. You have to have a water supply, so these do have to be irrigated, which, like I said, it's very similar to Ark. I mean, it's coming out of the same development studios, so you kind of expect some overlap in the systems. Now, what they did do, one of the things that they changed, if you're familiar with the progression in the other game, is you get engrams, and as you level up, you get more points, you buy the skills that you want. In Dark and Light, what they have done is they give you skill trees. When you look at your knowledge list, you'll have basically an adventuring tree, magic tree, and architecture tree. In order to get to additional levels in here, to rank this tree up, or the skills under the tree up, not only do you have a level requirement to unlock the rank, but you have to progress through the previous tiers, which basically requires you to either do a lot of resource gathering, and I do mean a lot of resource gathering, or to build items in that tier. Or rather in the previous tier. So what ends up happening is not only are you gathering a ridiculous amount of resource, you're actually using them. So you're not just gathering it for the sake of gathering it and then, having to find uses for it. Just, normal building, like if you just get into the game, you just want to build something. As you progress through and you do what you need to do to get through the starter quests and everything, you will actually rank up fairly quickly early on. I think probably the first 10 levels were some of the hardest for this area because of the fact that I am in single player. I am not doing multiplayer on this particular save. And so what happens is that you start in a town. There's basically three racial areas that you can start in: humans, dwarves, and elves. Fantasy game, kind of expect it. Comes with the territory, right? So the dwarves are the traditional Tolkien-esque style dwarves that live under the mountain, have basically made their entire home in the mountain. Elves are live in the trees, have nice, beautiful architecture. Humans are kind of the go-between the other two races. They're the they do a little bit of everything. So what happens is that in Dark and Light, there's an NPC system, so you get kind of that pseudo MMO feel to it. But even the NPCs level up, so you have their character levels, and then for these guys, these are traders or vendors. They actually have a vendor level, and based on the vendor level will dictate what's available for you to purchase, how much it's going to cost to purchase, and what they're willing to buy back from you. So this is actually, I'm really liking this implementation. I never thought I would say this about this type of implementation, but it works really, really well. And as these guys level up, this list over here will change, and the prices that they're willing to pay for materials changes. So as you make money, what you then do is you feed it back to them by way of donation, and that's how they level up. As they level up, you'll get more things available. For the general traders, you want them to be level 7, level 8, so you can get this stuff. The carnivore feed, the mystical feed, and the herbivore feed. These are actually your special taming items. There's only 3 types. Okay. For normal, non-elemental creatures, there's only 3 types of feed. There's an herbivore, there's a carnivore, and then mystical. Now, if you have an omnivore creature, which there are in the game, you can use either of the taming materials, and they work roughly equal. Omnivores are a little bit different for taming purposes, in that it takes a little bit longer for them to tame out than it does for a dedicated herbivore or dedicated carnivore, because the way the kibble system works. At least that's been my experience. I don't know if that's a rule. It's definitely an anecdotal thing as of this point. So basically what I've been doing is just harvesting all of the resources I can for a couple of real days and leveling up some of the traders in town so I could get better gear. I've also been progressing my own character. As you can see, I'm almost done with the woodworking stuff. In order to unlock this, you have to be level 20, and that unlocks access to all of the ranks. You just then have to progress through the ranks in a structured order. Systematic would be a good way. Now, in order to get into stone, I have to be level 35, which is why I'm level 34 right now. I've been pushing really, really hard to get the stone stuff unlocked because I want to upgrade my my buildings. Now, you can get into metal buildings under the ironwork, which requires you to be level 50. This stuff opens up just a ridiculous amount of things. Honestly, from what I have seen between single player, pardon me, hiccups. So what I've seen with the difference between single player and multiplayer is that with the multiplayer, it is a PvP based system. It's up to the server admin what rules they're running. They can run it PvE or PvP, or there's some things in between as well. Like you can set up server rules specifically for raids are only available at certain times, and you can have a player agreement that says you don't raid people who are offline at a point in time, and things like that. So you do have a lot of flexibility in what you want to do. The system is set up so that it will help facilitate this as much as it can. Now, things like the informal, what they just refer to as like gentleman rules or gamer rules or whatever, those the server can't enforce, unfortunately. Excuse me. So yeah, but overall, I have to say, as much as I don't want to give this game a thumbs up, because it really is Arc 2.0, they did learn a lot from their first implementation on the system. So in this version of the game, you can do taming with animals, as we were talking about earlier. And this is probably the area that I have the most disagreement with, is the way that the taming system works. So what happens, actually I've got some in my inventory. So what happens is, in order to tame something, you have to have either a bow or a crossbow, and then you have to make these things called hook arrows. Now, in order to make hook arrows, you have to have regular arrows. So what you do is you craft your regular arrows up, build, however many you want to build, and then you convert them into hook arrows by adding that arrow with some more materials. So this stuff gets kind of expensive to do. It's more grinding. Going up to the iron hook arrows, which is the upgraded, so if you want to get higher tier things, these are going to help a lot more. But in order to get these, you have to get this mushroom. And it's not just any mushroom, it is specifically that mushroom. I've seen, I think, like 4 or 5 different types of mushroom types in the game, and there's no guarantee that you're going to get this one. The 2 easiest ways to get them are either farming or buying them from the vendor. If you buy them from the vendor, that means you're going to have to grind a bunch of resources to get gold, and then use that gold to upgrade the vendor to the point where you can get the ingredients you're looking for from them. So it is a time-consuming process. I am not using the iron. As you can see, I don't have any of the iron hook arrows currently. But I have been able to do a couple of tames, and just like Arc, if you're not careful, the tames can take a good deal of time to finish, and they die very quickly. So, yeah. So this is what I've been working on off camera. This is my new residence. There's not going to be a whole lot of crafting going on up here, or not expected to be a whole lot of crafting going on up here. But we will be doing things up here, and I will probably actually have a little bit of a video later this week going into a little bit more construction, because once I hit 35, we'll start doing stone builds. And what I will do is I'll grind all of the resources off camera, get a bunch of things ready, and we'll come back and just do all of that on camera, so you don't have to watch the tediousness that is the grind. So what we're doing is right now is I need to come up here and get some iron, but I need to watch out for griffins. They are a thing in this game, and they are really bloody annoying. They're pretty much the most powerful non-epic creature in the game right now. They're really, really broken as far as the OP scale is. All right, so what we are looking for is the iron rock, and I know that there's some that spawn over here. Let's see if it might not have respawned yet. It looks like it didn't respawn yet. Okay. Let's try further up and see if we can find an iron node over here. So, from what I have seen in the game personally, pretty much everything in the game, with only 1 or 2 creatures being an exception, are tameable. So things like the rock golem, the griffins, all of it you can tame eventually. It just comes down to what resources you have available and how much time you're willing to take to do it. Alright, so let's go ahead and grab... Oh, I was right. There you go. Go ahead and grab some iron ore. Oh. So if you're in the Dwarven area, basically just head up the hill, and across the chasm there's a walkway there that you can get across. I built, as you saw earlier, a ramp up the side of the cliff so I could build the house. And basically that was to allow me to be able to get up here a little bit easier without having to go up and around and through a bunch of terrain that I may or may not have to fight things in. So, alright, let's see, did anything over here respawn? So you'll get a bunch of these nodes in various places in the area. The game is still ridiculously early access, so expect there to be problems. That's just the way that the game is, and By now, if you've been watching the channel for any point of time, you know that early access games, I am going to find problems in them. So, just keep in mind that it is the same development team as Ark, and that the guys will get to it eventually. They may not have the same priority as what you want, but they do eventually get around to fixing the problems for the most part. Alright. So, for the Ark players out there, the Meteors are this game's version of airdrops. So, you'll still get the white, green, yellow, blue markers, just like you do in Ark. And then a meteor will crash down to the ground at some point. And if you're standing there, you'll, die. But that's okay. When they drop, they actually spawn creatures to keep people from just simply farming the drops all the time. You actually have to deal with NPCs, depending on what they are. They could be like wraiths or giant skeletons, all sorts of stuff. But so far, like I said, I've been having a lot of fun with it. I was very surprised by just how much fun the game actually became. But yeah, the first couple of levels, early game, is just absolutely brutal when you're first starting out because you don't have anything, and just like Ark... Are you really aggroing from that far away? You are. Holy crap. Okay, we need to go. We need to go. And like I said, just like in Ark, if you're not careful, you will lose your tames very, very easily. So don't get yourself into fights you can't win, and if you're not sure, run away. Alright, I just heard something chime up. So I'm not sure if that was something dropped or if my buddy just made a level. Oh, come on. Let me off the door. Thank you. Okay, now, did we get... Okay, so one of them got in. Both of them got in. That's not good. Yeah, there's no actual fences in the game, and this is one of the things that I have a complaint with. As you can see, you get stuck in things very easily. So you end up just your pets will die a lot because you just can't get away from things. Come here, buddy. You and I are going to have some words. Oh, it's a level 116, that's why. Hopefully that stops him for now. Alright. Come here, you stick your head back in that door. No, get back on the bear. Get back on. Get it. So basically what I did is I set him on fire. And we're going to see if we can lose him down here. So with just like early days of Ark, creatures will not leave you alone. I've had creatures chase me all the way across the map. Depending on the creature type, some of them are more aggressive than others. Oh, come on, really? Alright, let's see if we can... Oh, the lag is real. There we go. Alright, so let's make sure... What we're trying to do is we're trying to... Looks like I just broke my spell. Something else that I don't like about the system is that the spells are consumables. They're items, so they have their own durability. Okay, and trying to target anything when you're standing on the back of the creature is just annoying. There it goes. Alright, so... Come on, let me off. You, Sir Bearer, need to go away. Come on. But because the spells are actually projectiles, of course, now it runs out of power. No, 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 no! And they will always go after your tames. Every time, without fail. If they get anywhere near your tame is dead. So, yeah, keep that in mind. Like I said, it's a lot of frustration in the game, but in between the points of frustration, it is a lot of fun. Right. So, I'm going to go ahead and kill this bear, or try to at least. Let's see here. Do I have any regular arrows? No, but I do have those. So let's switch over to that. Now, one of the things they did carry over from Ark is they put in the damn trajectories. So you actually have to worry about your angles. Arrows have arcs. And you have to find your distance. Once you find your angle, you're generally okay. It's just finding your angles. Alright, did I break both of my... Yeah, see. Okay, so I need wooden magic shards, which I think I have upstairs. I'm just hoping this guy heals here soon. Let's go ahead and see if we can... Are you gonna heal it all? Yeah, okay. Let's get him a little bit of health back here. We're going to increase his attack a bit. Increase his weight a bit. Need a faster way to get food on these guys. But this is one of the nice things about the herbivores, is that you can feed them pretty much any of the live plant stuff. And they can use it for healing. Okay. Alright, so let's go see how bad the bear is, because I'm thinking the bear is probably... Yeah, he's healed already. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this guy up. This is one of the nice things about having NPCs in this version, is that you can actually drag animals that are attacking you over to the guards. Now, one of the reasons why I was saying that the griffins were so overpowered is because the guards ignore the griffins. Come on, buddy. Man, that bear's got a he's got a ridiculous aggro range. Holy crap. So you're going to find yourself running away quite a lot, especially early game. I can actually do more damage off this creature. This is the longhorn, by the way. Hey, look, goblin. Right, you know what? We're going to go up here. We're going to park you over here. Let's pick up some food for you first. Oh, lag is real. Okay. So as you can see, he is healing because he's got food now. So we're going to leave him parked up here. And we are going to go deal with that bear. Hopefully, anyway. It's more like the bear will probably deal with us, but... What do we need? What did we say we needed for those? We need sulfur, wood, and... Okay. Let's go ahead and grab sulfur really quick. And now we just need lumber and shards, right? So let's go ahead and switch this over here. We're going to go with a spell that allows us to extract shards from the trees. Well, you can extract it from pretty much anything. And I need like 30 of these things. 36 of them, I believe. There's 27. That's enough to get our some of our stuff repaired. I am seeing a large brown fur spot getting closer to us. Alright. See if we can go down here and... Oh. Do we have what we need to repair this? No, we are missing lumber. Missing a good deal of lumber, but that's okay. We can grab this fairly easily. Basically need 48. There we go. And we can go ahead and repair both of these. Come on. Oh, really? Damn little goblins, man. These guys will steal money from you. If they do, they will leave a chest, or they will place a chest. See? He's searching for us. Come here, buddy. Now, there's an upgrade to the spell that you can eventually get, which will make it seeking, so all you do is you fire in the general area. Where in the hell are you going? He's chasing something. Let's go see if we can find him. Oh, that's where all the sheep got off to. Oh, gotta go, gotta go. Now, the bears hit really, really hard. They are definitely a combat pet. So keep that in mind when you're looking for things to capture. And then see, bring them up to the guards, and the guards will kill them. I didn't even notice that he broke my stuff. Alright, so let's go ahead and... What am I needing to harvest here? Is there anything that I really need? Tame creatures, harvest hides. Alright, so if we're going to harvest hides, we want the scythe, which is broken. Okay, so we're going to do it the hard way then. So yes, anyway. So this is what I've been doing with my time. Basically, as you can see, running around, breaking stuff and fixing stuff repeatedly. But like I said, once you get past the points of frustration, the game is actually fun. I think that when the developers get around to actually fixing some of the problems, like the fact that no matter what you're doing, your pets are the priority of anything aggressive, which is really, really annoying. Because see, in Ark, one of the complaints was that it always seemed like things were going after your pets, but you know, at least you could pull the creatures off of your pet. In here, it takes a lot for you to be able to get a creature that's attacking your pet off of your pet. And it ends up not being a lot of fun. So I do recommend that if you're going to do pets, if you're going to tame them, put as much into health and their damage output as you feel comfortable doing. It will help reduce some of the frustration. So anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Hope you enjoyed this quick look at the first portion of gameplay. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to throw them down below. If you did enjoy it and want to see more, make sure you hit that like button. If you haven't done so already, I also do ask that you subscribe, as the likes, the subscriptions, and even comments do help the channel to grow. And more importantly, they're greatly appreciated. So anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Have a terrific week, and we'll see you back here next time for more Dark and Light. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody. Now, what do I need to fix my shirt? Hide, twine, and fur. Great. Well, at least I have all of that stuff in my house inventory.